everybody, to our yoga practice tonight. We are doing what's called a Apana practice. That means it's a Vata reducing practice, perfect for fall and winter when that elements that are dominating the atmosphere now are air and ether. So we want to manage it. Apana means the subtle forces that we're working with that move down. What are these subtle forces? They are the forces of air, and those forces control all our biology. You will hear me talk about the subtle forces a lot. They're called the Vayus, but really what I'm talking about is all the different directions that air moves. Remember, air is responsible for all movement in the body. That's why it directly impacts the nervous system. And if you have too much movement, you're going to have a compromised nervous system. Okay, now from there, you are going to really work on bringing in some stillness. So as we move through our practice, because Vata needs to have strength, they need to build strength, but we at the same time need to cultivate stillness. So we'll be incorporating both of those. So strength, stability, and stillness. Okay, let's get started. All right, I gotta kick my dog off the mat. Oh, she looks so cozy and comfy over there. All right, okay. So because we want to really work on strengthening and helping Vata, we're gonna go really wide with our feet today. And we're gonna start out and just drop down and bring your hands to your thighs and drop down into a squat. Good. And we're going to hold that squat, and that's going to start to build some strength for the lower body. And we want to do that. We want Vata to be stable. We want to stabilize the body during a more crazy time of the year, a harsher time of the year. Vata, remember, air is really like in Chinese medicine, the wind. So wind can get chaotic in the fall and the winter. So then we drop a little deeper and hold, just holding, feeling that body working a little harder, building strength. Good. And then we're going to take the right hand and push the heel out. Good. And then lift the toes and drop down. And then lift up. Push the other foot out, lift the toes, and drop to the other side. Good. So you changed your foot position just a little bit, and then we shift to the other side again. Lift your toes. Come back up. Now, if it's not comfortable for you to lift your toes, then don't do it. Just keep your foot down. Look, I can keep my foot down. It's no big deal. And then up. And we're moving nice and slow because we really do not want to stir up the wind, stir up the air, and then lift and drop to the other side. And lift and switch one time more over. And then we're going to do add-on. And then lift. And then we're going to just inhale up. Drop our hands back down. We got to pull our heels in, drop back into the squat. Now this time we're going to press down and just turn the head. And then lift and switch to the other side. Oh yeah. And lift. Switch again. Stay in that squat. You really want to help Vata start getting strong. Vata is very frail. And then switch to the other side. Good. And then coming up, inhale up, stay in the squat. And then exhale, we're going to shift and lift. And then reach up and switch. Now again, if you want, you can lift and then just keep the foot down if that's better for you. No problem. And lift and lower. Lift, inhale up, drop back down into the center again. Hold, inhale. Turn to the right side. Warrior two, and you're looking down the middle right finger. Good, and then inhale up. Drop back down into a squat, hold, and then open up to the other side. Turn your head. Drop back down, inhale up. Good, drop back into a squat. Hold that squat, inhale. Interlace your fingers and you're gonna move to the right. Lift your toes. Come back up, reach. And move to the left and lift your toes, if you can. And then inhale all the way up, drop into a squat, going into warrior two, looking to the right side. Then going into Parsvakonasana, hold. Now Vata gets overwhelmed very easily. You bring in too much movement. It can push Vata out of balance. So we're very, very deliberate. We're going to only add on a little bit at a time. And then inhale up. Inhale. And then dropping into warrior two on the other side, staying really big and strong. Watch your back foot, you guys. Make sure your heel is further back than your toes. And then going into Parsvakonasana. And release, inhale. Exhale, drop down. You're gonna hold that squat. Inhale up, interlace, and drop to the right. Toes lift. Inhale up. Drop to the left. Toes up, that's an option. And up, inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Look down the middle right finger. Then we go into Parsvakonasana. If you want, you can go deeper, or you can use a block. So you can use a block if you would like. Now, if you are using a block, we're going to use that block as we rotate. So upper arm swings around. And you're going to lift your back heel up and take it into a lunge. And the opposite arm that's the same arm as the front leg, reaches up. And then turn and rotate. Now, if you can, go to the baby toe side of that back leg and open. You don't have to do that. You could stay right here. But if you want to, you can. And hold. It's a variation of side plank. Good, then swing that upper arm around. Drop your back heel and reach up, back into Parsvakonasana. Then inhale up. Reach. Warrior two to the other side. Hold. Look down the middle left finger, you guys. Taking it into Parsvakonasana. Hold. And if you want to, You can drop a little deeper. Totally up to you. You don't have to. So the block should go on the big toe side of your foot for this particular pose. If it was triangle pose, you would want the block on the baby toe side. Good. Now, upper arm is going to swing around and you're going to lift your back heel. Lift it and switch your hand. Keep rotating. Now, you might have to walk this front foot out a little bit. And if you're able to, go to the baby toe side of the foot on that back leg. Good. And then swing around. Good. And going back into Parsvakonasana. Reach. Inhale up. Good. And then exhale, dropping back into your squat. Hold. Inhale, interlace. Exhale, dropping to the right. Lift your toes as an option. Inhale, up, reach. And exhale, go to the other side. Lift your toes as an option. And up. Good. Now we're going to turn our toes in. Turn them in. If you have a block, it goes to the center. So your toes turn in. And we're going to release all the way down and your hands go right to the center. Good. Now, you want a flat back right here. That's what you want. Flat back. Okay. So you might have to come up a little bit higher with your block. Good. Heels are either parallel with your foot or slightly turned out. Okay. Then your right hand goes on the block. And we open up the left hand. Now keep your sacrum level. Open up. Reach. And release. And switch sides. Open up. Keep your sacrum level. Nice. Good. And then we're going to move the block and shift it to the left a little bit. Right hand goes a little deeper. Now, you don't have to do that. You can keep it here in the center. But if you're able to go deeper, open up. And release. And shifting that block to the other side, open up. Good. And release. And shifting even further, bringing the block all the way to your foot or taking your hand to your foot and reach. Good. Then releasing out of that and shifting your block to the other side and reach. Good. And then releasing out of that, pulling your heels in, dropping down into a squat. Hands come up. Push your upper body up. Good. Sit deep. Navel in. Open up your arms. Hold. Turn to the right. Warrior two. This time we go into warrior 4, right? We want to have all these strong standing postures. Then straightening the leg, and you might have to adjust your back foot in a little bit and lowering to Trikonasana. Now, here is if you're using a block, here's where your block goes to the baby toe side of the foot. Okay. Navel in, you guys. Creating strength and stability for Vata. Vata is the ether air part of us. We all have Vata. Some of us have more than others. And now that we are in Vata season, Vata can easily go into excess in all of us. Good. And then release from there. If you're using the block, you're going to want to take it with you and drop back down into that squat. And it's low. Hold it. Super strong. Then warrior 2 on the other side. Open up into warrior 4. Turn your head, look up. And then we're going to straighten the leg and go into Trikonasana. You might need to adjust your back foot in a little bit. And we lower. Your block goes to the baby toe side of the foot. Both legs straight. Make sure your torso is lined up with the front leg. So try not to lean forward. It is a tendency in this posture. Everybody, navel draws in towards the spine and then up into the rib cage. Good. And then we come up. Inhale up. Going back into that squat, drop low. Hold it. Hold it. See if you can go deeper. Good. And then turning your heels out. Both heels turn out and we drop into a forward fold. Both hands reaching out to the feet, dropping your head. Let go of your head. Heels are a little further out than your toes. Nice. Good. And then we're going to rotate to the right side and then drop into a low lunge. Release the leg behind you. Now, the foot that's in front, pay attention to that because you're going to pick it back up. So from here, you step back, down dog. Draw your navel in, get hollow in your belly. Then shifting forward into plank. Lower with control. You can modify to the knees if you need to. Now we want to do this slow and deliberate because Vata likes to move fast. No, we go slow, steady, and build strength. So roll your shoulders back. Press your elbows in. Slowly pick the chest up. And just go as high as you can. Lift your head. Keep your elbows squeezing together. Drop your shoulders down. Then press back, down dog. Then the leg that stepped back now steps forward. You're going to go back into the low lunge. Go back into the low lunge. Yep. See if you could go a little bit lower so you can go onto a block or onto the floor. Just release down, let go of your head. Apana means we want to move the subtle forces down. How do we do that? Well, by bringing in postures that encourage downward movement. What postures do that? Forward folding postures. And we hold them. Good, and then from there, we're going to lift the back leg up and shift in. Drop your back heel, straighten your front leg. Good. And now take your same leg in front as the same hand. That thumb goes into your hip. Move it back so your sacrum is level. Good. And then arms push up behind you. Interlace those fingers and drop your head down. Relax your head. Relax your head, you guys. Yeah. Good. Then releasing those hands. And then you're going to come up. Turn and face the front. Oops. Drop your heels in, toes out, and you drop right back into a squat. Hold. Go a little lower. Then we rotate to the other side. Drop the back knee into a low lunge. Just hold it. All right, the leg that is front steps back into plank. Hold it. Now you can modify to your knees if you need to. Slowly lower. Again, we flatten out the feet, roll your shoulders back, press your elbows in, and we move slow. You're just slowly going to pick the chest up. Now drop your shoulders, squeeze your elbows into your side, pull your chin in. Press back, down dog. Hold it. And the leg that stepped back steps forward. And you go back into a low lunge. And you have the option now of going onto your elbows or using a block onto your elbows. All right, and then curling your toes under. You're going to lift up, pull your back foot in, straighten your front leg. Now, the front leg, same arm as the front leg. That thumb goes into the hip, moves back. And once again, we want both legs, your sacrum to be level and both legs straight. Then we interlace our fingers up off the back, drop your head, and hold. Okay, and then your back leg, release the arms, back leg steps in, and we're going to take it onto the ground. Okay. Extend one leg, pull the other leg in. It doesn't matter which one you start with. We're going to do both and rotate. Look behind you. Make sure that you're keeping your chest lifted. Good, and then releasing out of that, straightening the legs. Other leg comes up and sit up straight and rotate. So why would we want to have an apana practice? Why would we want to encourage downward movement? So that we can help calm the nervous system. We can help all that vata that circulates around so easily and becomes chaotic wind inside of us, outside of us, and inside of us. We can then calm it down internally. We calm it down by encouraging the subtle forces to move down so we feel more grounded. Good. Then we release, pull your flesh away, inhale up. Good. And then exhale, forward, hold, and hold it. Okay. And then from there, release and go all the way down. Lay it onto your back. Find your heels. So we're going to do a little bit of work with bridge here. And then from there, push up. Now, it does help to keep your knees tracked. You can use a block. So lift. Good. This is going to strengthen the back body. And we want to also help Vata have that nice core strength. So doing bridge, Setu Bandhasana, is a posture that really, really helps strengthen and stabilize our core. Now, if you can, extend your right leg straight out. Hold the block. Activate by pressing into the left foot. Nice. And then release. And do the other side. Left leg extends. Keep lifting.
and release. Hold. Push actively into both feet. Push your chest up a little bit higher. Hold. Really help strengthen and stabilize the body. Good. And lowering. Draw your knees into the chest. Pull the block out. Draw it in. Nice. Take your legs to the right side and extend your left arm out. Keep your knees coming right out of the hip, not below. That's not much of a rotation. Pull them up. Turn your head and also look to the left side. Then the legs come up and go to the other side. Extend your right arm out and look to the right. We're going to end today with a couple of restorative postures. Also, another way of really supporting Vata. The first one that we're going to do, you will need a wall, or you could use a chair, or if you have your bed close by, you could do that. And you're going to go to the wall and use a block, and you're going to take your body to the wall. Legs come up. So I have my butt as close to the wall as I can get it. And now I'm going to bring my feet down, lift up, and take a block right underneath. And then the legs go back up. Now, if that feels pretty easy for you, you could take a second block, lift up, and place it underneath the sacrum and lower again. Nice. All right. And now you're even higher. So why is this so good for Vata? Well, first of all, this is a posture that is going to help calm the whole body down. You get your pelvis above the upper body. It's a way of settling the nervous system. This is a posture that is used also in Yoga Nidra. Typically in Yoga Nidra, you're going to have the legs actually being supported by like a chair or a big bolster, right? But what it does is you're hinging here, you're bending here at the hips, and it allows the psoas, it allows the torso to soften, and you're just relaxing. This is a first restorative posture that we're doing. Really easy. And the longer you're here, the more you're really going to start to feel the body slow way down. Typically with restorative postures, they're best if you're holding for a minimum of 5 minutes. And I have done classes where we are holding them for 10 minutes. It's really interesting to watch what happens to the body when you hold a posture for 10 minutes. Of course, it is a supported posture, but your body will really begin to unravel and let go. You're giving it an opportunity. Vata wants to move. That's what Vata wants to do. And we are pulling it, bringing it into these postures and being still, supported and still. And letting all that unsettled energy, all that chaotic energy, all that nervous energy, all that busy energy, all that movement settle. move to the ground, become part of the earth. Good. And then we're going to come out of that. Just roll right off your blocks, or you could take the blocks out first. Good. And then we're going to do another restorative posture. You're going to grab a bolster. If you don't have a bolster, you're going to use a blanket. Roll your blocks in the blanket like this. You're going to take your block and just roll it. There you go. Okay. But if you have a bolster, you're going to grab those legs. They're going to come right up. Like you're going to just hug the bolster and turn your head to one side and just hug it like you're doing child's pose. Turn your head to the other side. So whatever side you had your head on, make sure you turn it to the other side. Great. And then we're going to come out of that. Use our bolster if you have one, or use your blanket. Place it underneath the knees. And set yourself up for Shavasana. Now, if you feel like, okay, my pelvis is a little bit stiff or whatever's going on with your body today, do another bridge just to release it. And then lower, and then set yourself up for Shavasana. Cover your body. It is cold today. We've had a storm all day here. Cover your eyes. Make sure you are warm. Put socks on if you need to. Whatever you need. And then relax.
And begin to deepen your breath. Allow some movement into your fingers and toes. Roll to your right side and take a moment there. Just have a few breaths. And then bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Once you're comfortably seated, bring your hands together and connect your thumbs to your heart. Close your eyes. Take a moment to connect with your breath. Feeling breath moving in and out at the tip of the nose. Smooth out the breath, even it out. And if it's helpful, you could even count your breath. 4 count inhale, 4 count exhale. To further support calming and moving the subtle forces down, Apana, which helps to calm Vata. Begin to lengthen your exhale. So if you're inhaling 4 counts, lengthen your exhale for 6 counts. If that's very comfortable for you, then you can lengthen your exhale for 8 counts. Slow down your exhale. Another way of calming down Vata is by lengthening the exhale. And may you feel supported and grounded and calm. Namaste.